can see here, here's what it looks like. Yep, you can see my camcorder recording right now, and you can see the screen and everything. And you can see that it is working, and including the audio from this microphone, it also works. Yep, it actually works. Hey y'all, it's Ryukin again, and welcome to the new episode of the weekly dose of reviewing stuff. And well, in the previous video, I have already talked about my new creation that I made for my camcorder, which is a camcorder rig that I mentioned about in the previous video. And well, so what happened on that day? At the time I was filming the previous video, well, guess what? This item arrived, and along with the headphones. More on that later. And of course, I got both of them, and here's what they look like. So, this is a L-shaped camera mount right here that it is made for some mirrors or DSLRs, I think. And the one right here is the headphones, which the reason why I bought these headphones right here, it is because, well, you know, I'm gonna be using these headphones right here for monitoring the playback from my camcorder and from my wireless mic that I'm using right now. So more on that later. And I remember I was talking about my camcorder rig in the previous video, and well, of course, but that was an immediate change after I bought two of them right here. So, and in this episode right here, I'm going to take you all a look at my introduction once again to my newest creation, version 2 of my camcorder rig. And in this episode right here, I'm going to take you all a look and my introduction once again to my new camcorder rig that I recreated from a few scrap items and the one bought L-shaped mount that is made for some DSLRs. And here's my second creation of my DIY camcorder rig right here. So as you can see here, here's what it looks like in a nutshell. And by the way, this thing right here is still be in the same shape as my previous setup, but except I added the L-shaped mount right here as the base for mounting my camcorder on. And this part right here, it becomes a rod that is going to extend a little bit to the top, and then this part right here, it becomes the top handle, which is the same as what used to be on my previous setup, but except it's a lot shorter now. So you can see that this is how short it is. And this part right here, it becomes a fake viewfinder, which is not going to receive any image because it's not a viewfinder actually. So this one right here, for this part, it becomes the fake viewfinder, which, well, of course, it's not going to show any image on there. So it's a fake viewfinder. And on the hot shoe part right here, so y'all can see just look how reality this thing is. And for what it was used to be on the previous setup, this part right here, it was supposed to be facing forward. But for this second setup right here, I made it to face upwards, and this part right here, which is supposed to be the front part of the cold shoe, it becomes facing backward instead of just facing forward. The question is it still usable? Well, it really depends on the setup. So I'm going to show it to y'all right here of how I'm going to set up on this reality right here on this cold shoe setup. So, and for example right here, if I have this right here, my Boya BY-MM1 right here, which is my beloved content creator microphone from 2019, which I bought it back in 2019, and I presume that I bought this on Christmas, and I remember reviewing that on that day. So, and I'm going to mount sideways on the upward cold shoe mount. So I'm going to screw it in, and yep, here's what it looks like. So it's it's really universal. So it is compatible even mounting sideways. So, or I can just going to go in a classic way like this, which you can also do it. So it really depends on the setup. So but if I have this microphone right here facing sideways like this, so it can work. Because on the bottom right there, you got a really universal horseshoe mount type of. So as you can see that it is in complete square type, which there is actually no problem of when mounting sideways, it's not going to fit in. Like my Sunrise Rainbow Mini right here that I have. So as you can see here, here's my Sunrise Rainbow Mini right here. And this thing also has a name. So take a closer look at it. Yep, that's the name of this thing. And this little guy right here, it can't even fit sideways because just look at the cold shoe on the bottom. Well, the mount itself is made out of some sort of a rectangular shape going on. It's kind of rectangular shape that it can't even fit sideways like this. And the only way that I can mount this microphone right here on the setup is only when using on the top. Yep, it actually fits, but how about the functionality? Well, the functionality, but well, of course, for what I used to test with this thing right here, I'm gonna say the results, it's kind of terrible. Because this microphone right here, it keeps picking up a lot of vibration noises from me handling the thing. And yep, of course, it picks up a lot of vibration noises from the setup and from me handling the thing. I would rather going to stick up with my beloved Boya BY-MM1 right here. Because this thing right here, it has a cold shoe mount that it is, well, you guessed it, it is a short mount right there for the microphone. And as you can see here, when it comes to the functionality of this second creation right here, so as you can see that you still got the top handle like what as usual, and you can still also do some high angle and low angle shots like what you see here on screen right now. So here's what it looks like right here when it comes to the functionality of this thing right here. So you can use the top handle right here to film the low angle shots like this, or you can use it to film some like worm eye view shots or something like that. And well, so that also features the rigidity right here on the bottom, which it is a tripod mount. So why I call it a rigidity? Well, there's only one reason why. So let me grab this quick release plate right here for this tripod. And well, so when I screw in onto the tripod, so you can see that right now I'm gonna be screwing in. So first of all, I'm going to remove the back part right here. My finger hurts. Alright, so I'm gonna be removing the screw from the bottom, and I have to be careful enough when removing the screws because this will going to fly out at any time. And I'm gonna be mounting this onto the bottom tripod mount. Alright, I think this is straight enough, guys. So you see, right now I have my simple quick release mount on the mount that is mounted all the way to the back. And you can see that here's what it looks like right here. So to get the better image, I'm going to mount this onto the tripod. So right now I'm gonna be mount this onto the tripod, and here's what it looks like. So this is going to be the rigidity right here for this. And as you can see here, it looks kind of awkward because just like I said, when it is mounted all the way to the back, and this gives the camcorder rig an awkward look when mounted onto the tripod, which whenever you have this tripod mount right here facing outward or downward, I kind of have a feeling of that it's going to snap off at any time, but especially with the part right here that it is extended too much. So, but even though it actually kind of gives you a look of a shotgun or some sort of. Right now I'm going to remove the quick release mount right here out of my tripod because this is going to give me too much anxiety. And that's why this aqua Swiss mount thing right here comes into the solution. So the solution is, I'm still going to be having off the screws right here on the bottom, and I'm going to be placing this back. Oh well, I think this is not the best idea. Okay, it doesn't betray me. So that's how this aqua Swiss mount thing right here comes into the solution. So what it actually really does right here, it is going to mount this right here in the correct way. So right now I'm going to be unscrewing this out, and then I'm going to be mounting this onto the mount of the camcorder rig. And I also can position it anywhere I want to prefer. Like I want to place it here, it's going to be looking like this. Or if I want to get the classic look, so I'm just going to put it all the way back, but not going all the way back like this. So it's going to be all the way to this part right here where this actually ends. So this right here is completely configurable. So, and otherwise, the last thing that you would do is just to screw this quick release plate right here on the bottom, and then it is good to go. And alright, the moment of truth is here. It's not going to do it. Oh, there we go. So here is the finished product with the aqua Swiss type thing. Quick release plate mount, bring mount onto the quick release plate. So it's kind of funny. And this also excluding the headphones that I have. So, and well, of course right here, every functionality on this thing right here is going to be the same, but except I added this aqua Swiss mount thing right here for this, especially made for this camcorder rig right here that I have made for this tripod. And also this right here can be connected to my camcorder like so, just like this. And whenever I turn on, this remote will turn on too, and it comes into the functionality. So instead of just using its own camera controls, I'm just going to control it on my tripod instead. So this right here is going to create good quality effect from the camcorder itself without having to get into the actual camcorder controls. So, or we're just going to unplug it if I was bored and place it into the socket right there. Alright, so that was basically it for the functionality of this second DIY camcorder recreation right here. And right now I'm going to switch y'all back to the main tape, is because right now it is almost midnight. And well, I'm going to stop this recording and I will get y'all back to the main tape as soon as possible. I also got this one right here, which right now is in my hands. So guess what? It is the headphones. Well, but it is not just a generic headphones, it is also a HP headphones. And you can see that these headphones right here, from my first impressions that I've been using this thing right here, well, and how much did I pay for this thing? Well, I paid like 429 Thailand bahts, which it costs like a few bucks for y'all. So it costs a few bucks, and well, of course, you got this plasticky quality headphones right here in Thailand. So, and this headphones right here, the question is it usable? Well, for what I've been testing and playing around with these headphones right here, which I did use it as my daily headphones, which, well, I'm gonna say the audio, it sounds surprisingly good. It has a nice bass touch to it, and there's like a balance in the equalizer. This headphones right here, it sounds, well, it sounds really good, like what you expect for cheap headphones. And this headphones right here, I'm going to use it as my monitoring headphones for my camcorder, as you can see behind me right now. And where is the aux audio cable that comes with the headphones? Well, it is right here. So you see, this is its aux audio cable that I got with the headphones. So you can see that it is a TRS plug to the TRS plug, which is only used to connect with the headphone and not microphones themselves. Because if you use this to plug it onto your microphones, it's not going to work, because you know the circuitry right here is not going to connect anywhere, because everything right here is going to be connected onto this tiny pinhole microphone right there. So you can see that there's a pinhole right there, which is that where the microphone sits. And along with the microphone, you also got the volume control right here, which it is really convenient. And you also got this button right here for calls or anything like that. Otherwise, these headphones right here, it is, you know, it's a cheap headphones, but with a great design choice, which instead of just having a wire headphones, you can just have it like this, unplug, and then if you want to use it, you just plug it in onto that, and then you can use it whatever you want on your phone or on your camera, like what I'm going to be doing here in the setup. To be honest, this is the first ever headphones that it has this great design choice right here, in my opinion. So, but even though it's not a Bluetooth headphones, but it's a detachable aux audio cable, So it's a really great design choice to make this thing even more compact. So there's no worry or need to get rid of that wire stuff all the time. You just unplug it and it's good to go to store these headphones on your back or whatever you want. And yep, of course, for my conclusion with the headphones, well, I could say it's great for the headphones. And well, so back to my second creation of my camcorder rig right here. So, and for the problems right here that I found on this setup right here, well, let me think about it for a sec. And for the problems that I found while I was using the setup right here, it still be the same. So you got like the wiggling top handle, which right now with a shorter top handle, it makes the problem minimized a bit. You can still see the problem right there, but it's not going to blend that much. So you can see this is what it looks like right here when holding the top handle, which otherwise everything right here it still works as long as this part wouldn't snap off. And the reason why I'm going to use the main monitor right here to monitor of what is on the camera is because, you know, it's the only way that I can have it monitor and everything, including the audio. You know, I really have fun time with the setup. So, but when I actually get to use, which, well, I gotta say I've been having like a lot of fun with this rig right here. But even though I can't really have it like on the floor because of all those anti-slips for the aqua Swiss mount, which is only can be used when you mount on the aqua Swiss, which is going to prevent this entire thing fall off and break. So, but as long as I have all of those on, everything right here is going to be fine. So for the setup. And for the setup right here, which, well, for my conclusion, well, I could say it minimizes everything. It minimizes of how the big camera rigs would, and also it minimizes everything right here for the setup. So it actually cuts a lot of parts from this setup. Party going on outside. And for this setup, well, I could say I was really satisfied with it. I've been playing around with this like for weeks now, which, well, I really like this setup in my opinion. And I don't know if how long this is gonna become outdated, because if in the future I will have a better setup for it. So, but even though this is my far from now, this is the best camcorder setup that I have in my opinion. But maybe in the near future, well, I can't really tell if I'm going to change the setup or anything to make it like more modern or more professional. So it really depends on myself again. And well, that was really it for this second creation of the DIY camcorder rig right here. So this thing right here is got a lot better and a lot more simplistic, and also is really easy to disassemble. So, and the only way that I can disassemble this thing right here is just going to unscrew this part right here off the way, and then I'm going to like have the place to store all of this stuff, and whenever I want to use it, I was just going to screw in this part right here on the back, and then it is good to go. So it is completely universal and completely compact, which this rig right here is also compatible with smartphones and some compact cameras, that it is really small. And yep, so that was really it for this second DIY camcorder rig right here that I've created. So it's not an abomination anymore like what it was used to be in the previous video. And I'm gonna say this is my far the best camcorder setup that I ever have and I ever created, which I really like the setup for this camcorder though. So this little guy, he also said he really likes this setup because this makes him more confident in shooting off his shots or whatever. So, and well, so that was basically it for this video. And if you do like this content like this right here, so please leave me a like, comment, and also the most important thing is, which is to press that red subscribe button, turn it to gray. I do really appreciate all of the support, and you can spread this video to your friends too if you really enjoy it so much. And well, of course, and alas, for now, และสำหรับคลิปวิดีโอนี้ก็มีแค่นี้แหละครับแล้วก็ขอบคุณท่านผู้ชมอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะครับที่มาติดตามรับฟังผมมากหากชอบก็อย่าลืมกดไลค์กดแชร์แล้วก็กดปุ่ม subscribe สีแดงนั่นด้วยนะครับแล้วก็เดี๋ยวเจอกันใหม่ในเอพิโซดหน้าหรือในคลิปหน้าจะเป็นคลิปอะไรเราไม่รู้ we don't know what the next video is only time will tell and anyways for now and peace out